Hello, friends. Welcome back. Stay tuned on the air once again today. Coach Miller Light here. Cinnamon is here with us today. Hello, Cinnamon.
Thank you, Mary. Act of God. Miracles are happening all over the place to be here.
Right?
I'm on location. I'm downtown.
She's downtown.
And a lot has happened since we last met.
Right?
But you know what? Everything's okay. And I'm remembering that everything's okay. And the truth is that things are working out for me. Things are going my way. I'm not perfect. I'm yet to master myself completely. And I had a little fit yesterday. My apologies to you. Thank you. I appreciate being on an all-star team and being let off the hook. And I really appreciate the people who answered my call yesterday and helped direct my perception towards my connection and into the vortex.
Nice.
So, even though things are working out for me and things are going my way, there's still little blips. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by people who understand the rules of the game and how it goes and help me out through that. All attack is a cry for help. And so it's nice to have a teammate that remembers that when I'm attacking, because I attacked yesterday, Mary. I was ornery. My guidance system was working perfectly. It was letting me know, hey, please return to the highlighted route. But
yeah, I understand, Cinnamon. I understand.
So thank you. I appreciate you letting me off the hook. I yelled at Mary and I quit the show. So
no.
Who's picking these clips anyways? Why are we picking this one?
Oh,
I did do the things. I did 42 twice yesterday. I did 42 twice again today. And I did write down the episode. Tune into Mary's episode. She did it solo. But appreciation was at the core.
Right?
And so I'm here downtown appreciating you, appreciating our teamwork, and appreciating the show. Thank you for letting me back on and answering my text and calling me today and getting back in alignment. So I picked this Abraham that says, play this game.
Okay.
Game with yourself. Well, I like to play with myself, so give it a shot. It says, do it when I got a little struggle going. And I had a little struggle going yesterday. So I said, let me write and see what Abraham has to say and write that down.
Right.
Abraham says, use it to guide myself back onto the roadway. And notice that I have more control. The more control I have as I care about how I feel. Sometimes I can say these words and I am right back in alignment. And sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
So stop the struggle, stop the judgments, stop the self-judgment.
Oh,
easier said than done. Simple, right?
True.
Stop the self-judgment. Oh man. Good advice. Okay, what else they say? What are positive momentum building statements that I could offer for myself?
Okay.
What's a really base statement I could make? Something that is right at the core of who I am. I was like, okay, that would be helpful right now. That I choose that. I would like that very much.
Yeah.
So they're saying number one thing they said. Can you guess?
Things are working out for me.
Things are always working out for me. I am a good person. It is what it is.
Yeah. I like that one.
How about this one? I give up.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It seemed like when I finally gave up and gave in, then you answered my text.
Right?
I'm like, I want to call her and get this right and apologize, and she won't answer, and that's making me even more.
Oh no. Oh no.
Abraham, please return to the highlighted route. You are turned away from your vortex. Please do a legal U-turn. Right? Cinnamon. Things are working out for you, sister. So I give up. I give up the struggle. I give up the battle. I give up the deception of control.
Interesting.
I give up the uncontrollable. I give in. I give in. I give in.
Right?
I give in to my ultimate well-being. I give in to my goodness.
Okay.
up the battle and I give into my goodness. I give into alignment. I give up the battle and I give into alignment.
Okay.
That must have been when you heard my text, and once I gave in to alignment,
right?
Back.
Right?
Nope. Understanding, of course. I give into my goodness. I give into the inevitable worthiness that is me.
Okay.
Inevitable worthiness that is Cinnamon. The inevitable worthiness that is Mare. I give into it. It's so much easier to give in and then to struggle against. I give into the unfolding of my life. I give into what I gave into when I decided to come. I like that one. I gave into what I decided to give into when I came.
Yeah.
When I volunteered for deployment here.
Yeah.
I gave in, and I'm giving into that while I'm here.
Yes.
I give into the probability of happiness. I give up the struggle. I give into relief. I give into ease. I give into natural. I give into flow. I give into goodness. I give into clarity, clear vision. I give into the receptive mode. I am now on the receptive mode. I'm giving into receiving. I give into getting a good idea. I give into fun, Mare.
Okay.
Epic fun. I give into epic fun.
Jeez,
I give into joy. I give into not giving a rat's ass about what anybody else thinks about anything.
Wow. That's
Abraham said rat's ass.
That's good.
I give into ease. I give into power. I give into my connection. I give into my alignment. I give into rest. I give into feeling good. I give into being happy. I am stopping beating up on myself for where I am. That was a big one, because then after I went nuts and I yelled at everybody, then I started beating up on myself because I went nuts and yelled at everybody.
Right.
I give into that, into not beating up on myself anymore.
Okay.
I am where I am. And I'm stopping beating up on others for not understanding where I am. Mare, that's not how you talk to me when I call and I'm yelling. That's not how to handle me. That's not what to say. Now I'm beating up on you because you didn't handle me right. You should know better than that. All attack is a cry for help. You don't say those words to me right there. Did you run an ATI database before you said those words to me?
Right. That's funny.
I'm giving into that. I'm giving in to not beating up on myself anymore, and I'm giving into not beating up on my teammates anymore. So I appreciate your understanding. It says they are not going to get it. It's not their job. It's my job. Woo!
Interesting.
So it's just my job to understand where I am.
Okay.
It's my job to live happily ever after. I'm going to live ever after. It might as well be happily ever after.
Freak.
Might as well decide to be happy, happy, happy. There's no reason I am here because I like the hands in the clay. There is a reason I am here, and it's because I want to create. I want my hands in the clay.
Okay. Good reminders.
I like deliberate intent. I like the freedom of getting to choose. I like the benefit of being out here.
Okay.
I like the benefit of being out here on the leading edge where all the juice is. I like that feeling of thought to think. And getting to witness it and guide it. Like, Mary, would you answer my call? That was a thought, but it wasn't a thing there for a minute.
Right?
I call her, she doesn't answer. I call her, she doesn't answer. I call her, she doesn't answer. But then she answered, and my thought became a thing. And I came here for the joy of that, for turning my thoughts into things.
Okay.
I like the deliberate control and the inevitable natural happiness that is the way I am. I'm ready to give into the inevitable and allow the well-being to be, to let the earth spin in its orbit, to let my heart pump on its own.
Freak. Oh
Oh,
my
I
God.
gotta set my alarm. I gotta keep that heart pumping. I gotta keep the blood flowing. I gotta keep metabolizing. I gotta keep the show going. I gotta do 42 twice. I gotta exercise. I gotta get
Yeah.
the kids done. I gotta get the kids exercise. I gotta get the food. I gotta get the dishes. I gotta get the laundry.
Right.
But all that, I don't have to do all that. I have to just release all that, release the struggle, that my
Right.
heart pumps on its own, and to go ahead and recognize that and be grateful for it, that I don't have to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Good
the
point.
sun rises on its own. I'm not in charge of that. I don't have to set my alarm to make sure the sun comes up.
Right.
Giving
Yes.
into it. I'm going to
Yes.
enjoy it.
Yes.
I'm giving into the flow.
Yes.
So the well-being is so dominant. I just have to find my place in it.
Okay.
My place is not in to struggle to maintain it. It's maintaining. My problems will maintain my solutions. My questions will maintain my answers.
Okay.
Collectively, we are all such benefits to one another. I am eternally living. I might as well live happily ever after.
Amen.
I love that. And
Right?
I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm sure that it is going to be happily ever after. And I didn't come here because I was going to be sure how it was going to go. I came here for the ride on the river. I came here for the adventure. I came in for the choice.
Yes.
And that it's all going to work out. It always does.
Yes.
Everything's okay. I'm saying that's what the people around me want to know. They just want to know. I'm like, what do you guys want? What is it? Can you maintain yourself just for 5 minutes? But what it is that they want is they want to know that everything's going to be okay. Right? When I stand there knowing that everything's going to be okay, then everything is okay. And they know everything's okay. And they're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. She got it. It's
Great
good.
point.
Everything's going to be okay.
Right? Great point, Cinnamon. I love how,
everything's going to be okay.
Yes. Nice. Nice. I love how everything one thing I see is the benefit of the rampage. You know, that's like a rampage of these positive statements, and not like the most positive statement ever. I'm getting that in the teachings of Abraham, that it's my part is recognize where I am and then work from there. And sometimes I just need to say, I give up. Sometimes thinking everything goes my way isn't a good thought, because it makes me like, screw you, everything goes my way, nothing's going my way. But I can, in that moment, think, I give up. I just give it up, give up. I am where it is what it is. I am where I am. So I hear in there the benefit of the rampage, because it gets it can get some momentum going, right? Because when I'm in that negative place, I'm in that place because I have the minus momentum going, because I've been thinking a thought, and then that thought brought me another thought like it, and now I've got a swirl of this minus thought. But if I can get on the positive, and that this rampage of Abraham that you just shared with us is so great, because it takes that amount of time. And now when my thought gets on that, and I'm on it like, like the click, on it like the music. And now I can feel a more positive momentum going, which is one of the reasons I love to tune into the teachings of Abraham. It helps me get a more positive momentum going. And I also hear in here, what I love is that it's all about me. It's not about other people. And there's so many other people that we're interacting with, and they're involved, because we came here first as creator and second as co-creator. And because part of our purpose is to co-create, there are others to co-create with. And it can be I'm learning how to be involved with other people, co-create with them, working on a project, be on a team, and yet don't make it about them, right? And it's not about them and if they understand me and how they take me. It's about me and my connection with my inner being. Yeah. And so I can't see any other way to do this, but just practice. Just keep on keeping on, keep practicing, keep returning to the teachings, keep on with the passages, keep on with the reporting and on my process. And I remember, Cinnamon, that when we're doing this, we're going to have moments of minus. It's not like, oh, you start sharing your process And now it's just, oh, all joy all the time, which it may seem like on the show, because this is more of our best versions, right? We prepare for the show, we're ready, we're on here, but there's a whole life that's lived, and there's all these ins and outs and ups and downs and turns, and it's evening out and it's getting better because I'm responding better to it. But it's not perfect yet. And I don't know that it's ever going to be. But I do see that because of the show and having the teachings closer at heart and just keep returning to them, the show forces me to return to the teachings, and get a real good look at them too, and like dissect them. And I love that. I really love it. I love the art of allowing. I choose to really have a good handle on this and really represent. So I'm remembering that there's going to be times, and the better I can handle it, be okay with where I am, and just get back on track, because that's such a great teaching, right? Fall off and then get back on and show how to get back on, because what a better teaching, because we're all falling off most of the time, it seems like. I mean, there's no shortage of people falling off. So it's helpful to show, well, if we fall off, that's okay. Here's how to get back on. And of course, it always starts with taking responsibility. That it's, I guess, got to take responsibility and stay in my responsibility zone, no matter what's going on around me. So I'm learning.
That's where the power is.
Yes.
Like when other people were doing it to me, they had all the power and there was nothing that I could do about it. But once I took it back and admitted that it's me, I'm causing all of this, then I have power to change it.
Yes. Great point. Great point. The power.
And that I'm grateful for Abraham, because in that place that I was in, I couldn't come up with these statements on my own.
Right. Good point.
This is what I choose. And I was like, oh, give in. Yeah, that's a good idea. And,
right.
But I couldn't come up with that on my own. But when I tuned into Abraham, I could, and I start writing it down and get into that vibration.
Yeah. Yes. And then the nature of the passaging is such a great tool. And if any, I should just praise God all day that we have this tool and we use it, because that the passaging, the writing it and paying attention to it close enough to write it really helps to activate the vibration. So the words don't just pass me by, that I got to get on them. And so,
and of course, it would try to get me to get off the show, because that's the solution.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. The defense, of course. I mean, it's a great defensive play. Quit the show.
Yeah. But I'm actually sitting there writing out about appreciation and love. I'm writing the words. I probably can come up with the page exactly what I'm writing. And then something comes over me like, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
That's funny.
But even after being out, I still went and did 42 the second time. Tears were running.
Way to go.
Out of my eyes. If I'm doing 42 again, I'm like, I'm completing what I'm finishing here.
Right?
I'm removing all blockages.
Right? Well, how are we going to remove them? It makes sense that they might come up to the surface while they're being removed. And in those moments, it's like, okay, so am I going to go with this? Am I going to own this? But you're a champion because you rise through it and return to your truth, which is such a great statement.
And I appreciate the people that I'm in contact with that help me remember that, because I probably still would be ornery if it weren't for the people who are in communication with me and shared with me their perspective, which felt way better, because that's bringing me more in alignment to my connection in the vortex, where everything that I choose is, where epic fun is, where happy.
Yes.
Where joy, where everything's going to be okay. Everything gonna be okay? Absolutely. Yesterday, I was like, no, it's not gonna be okay.
Right? Are you kidding me? Isn't it interesting? And what a good thing to remember. I'm gonna use this as an example with myself to remember that when I think that, and of course I'm sure of it in those moments, when I feel that way, I'm sure of it. Yet once again, everything is. And it's like, if I can have that happen enough times and then take myself to look back and recognize, I was sure it wasn't gonna be okay, but yet it is. I feel like if I remind myself of that enough times, then in that moment, maybe I'll be like, okay, remember last time I thought it wasn't going to be okay, but it was. Yeah, maybe it'll be okay again this time. Because it always is.
Yeah.
Every time so far, it has been okay. And when it all comes around, I'm like, oh, I see exactly why that happened. Well, maybe help me be a little more compassionate. Want to be a great teacher of the rules of the game. It helps to understand the human process and to understand it. It's going to take living it to go through it, understand it, and then it makes a better report on it. Because I'm living it here. This isn't just the words from Abraham. This is life experience. So thank you, Cinnamon, for doing this together, because I can feel how us doing it together is causing more, we got
Ripple effect. That's right.
Yeah, we got the angles, baby.
Wendy says to me today, is what you said yesterday true? And I said, what did I say yesterday?
Oh,
and she said that everything's not okay. I was like, how many times did I say everything is okay? I only said everything's not okay once.
Right? That's funny.
But that's the power of it. That's the power of this ripple effect.
Good point.
And I appreciate being on an all-star team with you and causing a positive ripple effect. For it to know that everything is going to be okay. Everything is working out for us.
Right?
It always does. Everything's happening perfectly. How do I know? Because that's how it happened.
Right. Good point. I heard that in that rampage, that Abraham rampage that you were doing right there, about how giving into my process is what I was getting out of it, that I am where I am. And when I'm ridiculing myself for choices I made in the past, and well, what if you hadn't done this, this would have been like this. And if you hadn't said that, and all that stuff, I'm just missing the point when I'm doing that. So I choose to get the point and just relax about my process, know that everything is happening perfectly. How do I know it happened? Yeah. Would I make a different decision next time? Well, it would start by making a decision right now, not to do that to myself, but to make peace with myself and say some of these statements, get some of these statements down where I know in that moment to be like, okay, it is where it is. I am where I am. I can go anywhere from here. This is a great bouncing off place. Everything that's happened has happened perfectly. It's all going to work out. It always has every time. It's a really good odds. Like, this is a super solid bet that it's going to work out this time too, given it has every single time. Even when I was sure it wasn't, it still did. So thank you, people, for being here with us, sharing our process and supporting our show. T-shirts coming soon. I just sat on this show here. I had a vision of our logo, our Stay Tuned logo for our shirts.
Okay, tell me about it.
For our merch, something with a triangle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, like a swirly vortexy thing?
Maybe. Yeah, a swirly vortexy triangle. Maybe hands doing the triangle.
The 14 people who watch this show, if you guys have any ideas or sketches, please let us know.
Let us know in the comments so you can email them over.
I believe, like, we launched the Desire together, that we'll be more successful, that it's a group effort.
Right?
People are more apt to if they're in on the launching of the Desire.
Wouldn't it be fun to be on
the design of the logo?
Yes. Stay tuned, baby. I love it. I love double meeting Marys. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I love it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, people. Right? Stay tuned. Until next time, this is Coach Miller Light for Cinnamon.
Remember, love is the answer. Stay tuned.